You don't think Michelle Obama is female?
I believe she's man.
She had two daughters.
They're adopted.
I have actually a lot of African American friends. They're going to be here tonight, so I don't know. I always hear this stuff, and I think it's just a lot of noise. Yeah.
So I think that there's a difference between having African American friends than having like an aggregate of the entire country say they disapprove of him.
Right. And where did the aggregate come from? I like question the poll, right? Like, where was the source?
Right now, the latest poll shows that Trump's approval rating among African Americans is at 3%. Why do you think that is?
Fake news. I mean, there's a lot of people here. I've seen African American people.
That's anecdotal evidence. That's not the totality.
Did you say 3%?
3%.
I didn't want to talk to you. You're a joke.
3%. I'm looking at Fox all the time. It's like 35%.
That's close to the national average. So there's no way that's true.
I think that's a lot better than we think, and there's a lot of hidden folks that don't want to come out, and they're stereotyped in the African American community not to support Trump on purpose. They don't like Trump. They're taught not to like Trump. They're taught not to like Republicans, but for no reason.
What did you expect when you didn't have jobs? You were on welfare. The whole family and generations of welfare that was created by the liberals on the left, starting with Johnson with the Great Society, that made them dependent.
Well, you know, when 13% of the population, and by the time you divide it down, really 3% of the population commit only over 50% of the murders in the United States. I'm sorry.
But what do you think about the fact that, you know, if you're black, you're 3 to 4 times more likely to be shot and killed by police unarmed than a white person?
Says who?
Statistics.
Says the media. I've never been shot at by a cop. First things first, the media creates most of this hype.
I'm sorry that you happen to be black in a black neighborhood standing on a corner where they endlessly find people with guns and drugs. I'm sorry. We're asking our police officers to walk up to people that 3% of our population is doing over 50% of the murders in the United States.
They still had better lives here than they did back in Africa.
Slaves, they had better lives here.
There are some that would argue that. You can look that up. Their descendants, the descendants of those slaves, have much better lives here than the descendants of people who would have never gotten on those slave boats in Africa. And that's a provable fact, you know, because we have given them all those freedoms.